On this episode of CTV News, a look at Inside Islam, program series on campus, and information on Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Plus, Fort Collins is ranked number 2 for top U.S. cycling towns. Happy Thursday, Rams. Thanks for tuning in to CTV News. I'm Bryn Carmen.
And I'm Lena Howland, filling in for Steph Walters. Thanks for joining us tonight. The Inside Islam program series, sponsored by the Muslim Student Association at CSU, addresses various topics in educating people about the traditions of Islam. CTV reporter Stephanie Walters got an inside look at the events that the association put on this week.
Students came together in the Morgan Library to take a new kind of selfie. The Muslim Student Association is hosting various events around campus this week to give students an inside look at the Islam religion.
So the event is basically teaching and educating people about Islam, showing every student at CSU that Muslims are very diverse at CSU. They can be Arab, which most students think of Muslims to be Arabs, just Arabs. But if you even look at the table where we had the informational table, most of those students there don't even speak Arabic because they come from many different backgrounds. They are just Muslim, which is a religion. It's not a culture or identity.
Lots of students were excited to try on hijabs and participate in the booth activities.
They had me try on the hijabs and take a selfie, so it's pretty fun. It's warm. It's really warm.
Other events the Muslim Student Association is putting on this week include guest speakers, movies, Quran recitations, and much more. Food and drink are provided at some activities as well.
The whole idea behind this week is to break that stereotype and teach people that American Muslims are just Americans who happen to be Muslims, and they are normal people, and they want to talk to other people. And that's why where the selfie came, the idea of take a selfie came from. Those kids want to talk to other students in their language and show them that they're just normal students.
Coming up tomorrow between 4 and 5:30 in the evening at the Behavioral Sciences Building, the Muslim Student Association is hosting an event called the Night of the Lights. This will center a Quran reading, guest speakers, and stories from people who have converted to the Muslim religion.
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, otherwise known as SAM. The Women and Gender Advocacy Center is hosting a month-long program designed to raise awareness about sexual violence. The entire month of April has events that will be hosted by YGAC, and some events even include guest speakers. All sessions are free and open to the public. With a considerable amount of people affected by sexual assault in their lifetime, Carl Olson of the YGAC opened up about how 1 in 4 college women and 1 in 6 college men have experienced sexual violence, and what SAM is striving for.
They're staggeringly high, and part of the programming for Sexual Assault Awareness Month is to try to bring those down and eradicate it eventually, so that we can help more folks out in that capacity. But simultaneously, the education hopefully will help prevent more sexual assaults in the future.
For more information on Sexual Assault Awareness Month programming, please visit ygac.colostate.edu. Planned Parenthood of the Rockies released a statement today regarding the Reproductive Health Freedom Act. The act did not go through the Colorado legislation this session. The bill was regarding privacy and freedom of all people to make their own decision about reproductive health care choices. This time, Planned Parenthood is not sure if the bill will be reintroduced at the next session of Colorado legislature.
Sirens filled the air last night when a simulated MAX transit crash took place on the MAX Guideway between the Prospect and Drake stations. This simulated crash involved a car on the Guideway that was hit by a MAX bus with mass casualties. Participating in the drill were personnel from the Transport Operations and Fort Collins Police Services, as well as a crew from Poudre Fire Authority and the University of Colorado Health System Poudre Valley Hospital EMTs. In addition to this, there were also volunteers pretending to be victims of the crash. With Max expected to be up and running by May 10th, this drill was designed to provide training to personnel on how to respond to an accident involving a Max bus. It is also a requirement of the Federal Transit Administration. And yesterday, Colorado State University announced a new on-campus shuttle named Around the Horn. The shuttle comes from a partnership between CSU, Transport Bus Systems, and the ASCSU. Around the Horn will consist of 13 stops around campus and will begin late this summer. The shuttle system will be free to ride and aims to provide students, staff, and visitors more convenient ways to get around the CSU campus. More updates on the new shuttle will be released in the coming weeks, along with information on how students and faculty can vote on a wrap design for the new shuttle buses.
Fort Collins has been awarded second place in a competition for top U.S. cycling towns. This was a tight race after 4 weeks of public voting in the USA Today's 10 Best competition. Fort Collins finished just behind Davis, California. With Fort Collins being known as a biking town, it's no surprise they placed second. Fort Collins has a 310-mile network of paths and bike lanes, as well as miles of mountain biking trails that just add even more appeal to the great town. With Fort Collins being a college town, placing second also is no surprise because students heavily rely on bike transportation.
All right, and now weather anchor Jackie Wilson is here.
Thanks for joining us, Jackie. I heard it's supposed to be warming up this week.
Absolutely, guys. We should be seeing some much warmer temperatures coming up this weekend. And today we saw spring-like temperatures. Let me give you a look at today's highs. In Fort Collins, we saw 62, 64 in Denver, 59 as we head south into Pueblo, 67 here on the western part, Grand Junction. And on the eastern side of our state, we're seeing more in the 50s, 57 in Lyman, 55 in Burlington, and 58 in Lamar. I'll be right back to give you guys a heads up for what to expect this weekend. Bryn?
Thanks, Jackie. After the break, Jackie will be back to give us her full weather update, and it's looking warm.
And sports anchor Patrick Enslow is here to give us Ram sporting updates. You won't want to miss it.
I was so...
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. I'm your weather anchor, Jackie Wilson, here with your Thursday night forecast. We were quite literally blown away with yesterday's strong gusts, which reached up to 47 miles an hour. And we dodged a bullet with today's weather, as we were originally expecting yet another surprise snowstorm. Instead, we saw those beautiful spring temperatures in the low 60s that I showed you right before the break. But taking a look outside the studio right now, we're sitting at about 54 degrees, with that wind speed at only 6 miles an hour coming in from the south. So it does drop our temperature just a few degrees, but again, we're in the 50s, so you can't complain. And you can expect some similar temperatures throughout the night. We're going to be at about 37 here in Fort Collins, 41 in Denver, and as we go along south, we're going to be dipping down into the 30s, 29 up here in Craig, and along the eastern plains, we're seeing about 30s, 35 in all Sterling, Burlington, and Lamar. And Rams, I have great news for you. These warm temperatures seem to be sticking around. Tomorrow, we're seeing 76 here in Fort Collins, 78 here in Denver, about 63 here in Gunnison. And our highest temperatures of the state are going to be in both Sterling and Lamar. Enjoy that sunshine, though, folks, because this weekend, although warm, looks like it's going to be bringing out our first real thunderstorm of the year. In Fort Collins and pretty much most of Colorado, we're going to be seeing about 20% chance of precipitation, but around the Great Lakes region, we'll see a little bit higher, and as to be expected in the northwestern region, we'll be seeing much bigger chances for rain in those areas as well. So these April showers will hopefully be bringing May flowers, as the saying goes, but looking toward your Easter weekend, let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Like we said, tomorrow in Fort Collins is going to be beautifully sunny at 76 degrees with our lows dipping down into 43. Our chance of precipitation here is going to be in the 20s with that cloud cover on Saturday, as you can expect with the rain. And moving along through the week, we're just going to be getting warmer. 69 on Sunday, partly cloudy that day for your Easter. Moving on to Monday, however, we're going to be seeing beautifully sunny skies at 71 degrees and 76 on Tuesday. Again, pretty much all week, our lows are only going to be in the 40s. So enjoy the warmth and those lovely spring showers, and happy Easter. Back to you on the desk.
Thanks for the weather update, Jackie.
Yep. And Patrick, you're here now. So what are we looking at for sports?
We have transfer news in the spring game.
Excellent.
Dwight Smith added his name to the list of men's basketball players that will be leaving next season. Smith came to the program under former head coach Tim Miles, where he played 50 games and started 8. After Miles left to coach University of Nebraska, CSU hired head coach Larry Eustace, and Smith saw his playing time diminish. After being redshirted his junior year, he was only able to play in 6 of the Rams' first 20 games this season because of a broken thumb and sprained ankle. Smith did find more minutes as the season went on, carrying CSU career game with 21-point game against Utah State. The CSU women's basketball team looks to build on last season's success with the acquisition of 3 new transfers, Jamie Patrick, Kiara Wari, and Hannah Taverty. Taverty is transferring from University of Nebraska and will redshirt next season, leaving her with 3 years of eligibility. Wari will have 2 years of eligibility left after 2 successful years at Fresno Community College. Patrick spent 2 years at Hutchinson Community College, leaving her with 2 years of eligibility as well. CSU football will play its second and final game of the spring this Saturday at Hughes Stadium. Doors open at 9 o'clock. Free pancakes are available to fans while supplies last.
All right, thanks so much, Patrick. After the break, we'll have some more details on tomorrow's I Love CSU Day celebration.
And information on this weekend's Comic-Con and Gaming Festival.
I see it, I see it!
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
New Belgium is breaking ground on its second brewery, the company announced today. The 188-square-foot brewery and liquor center is being built in Asheville, North Carolina, on what was previously a brownfield site. New Belgium worked with North Carolina's brownfield programming to clean up and remediate the site before construction on the brewery began. Next month, the 100% employee-owned company looks to create 400-plus construction jobs and 140 permanent jobs with the construction of this new brewery. Construction is expected to finish fall 2015.
This Saturday is the first ever FOCO Comic and Gaming Festival. The event will be held at the Drake Center in Fort Collins from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. The festival will have guest appearances by comic book artists and writers, a Super Smash Bros. Tournament, a 2-scale land speeder, and many more surprises. Tickets are $10 for CSU students and faculty, $10 for children under 13, and $15 for the general audience. Tickets can be purchased online at CSUTIX.com or at the LSC box office.
And Rams, don't forget to wear your green and gold tomorrow. I Love CSU Day is a celebration for all things CSU. It's tomorrow, April 18th. I Love CSU Day began in 2001 by the Student Alum Connection. Photos with Cam the Ram will take place on the plaza from 11 to 1 p.m. CSU is also putting on a scavenger hunt starting at 10:30. Clues can be found on our CSU Facebook page tomorrow morning. Well, that's all the time we have tonight on CTV News. Thanks for watching.
Have a great night.